Okay, let's take a brief tutorial, an intro of the microscope. So maybe you've had this before in a previous class, but it is important to know how the microscope works in certain parts of it. So some will be obvious and some will be not so obvious. So let's just kind of start at the top. So the first thing, the thing that you look in are these little eyeballs right here. These would be the eyepieces, and in them are the ocular lenses. Ocular lenses always have a power of 10 times, so they magnify 10 times there, and then you can adjust these using, this is called the Diopter Adjustment. So di meaning two lens pieces, and so if you're going to be using a microscope readily, go ahead and adjust these to how it fits your eyes, and make a little note as far as which one of these numbers might corresponds to how you are, because depending on how, if you wear glasses, one might be higher than the other. But that's the top part of the microscope. You have the ocular lenses in the eyepieces with the diopter adjustment, so that's just how it moves. Right below the eyepieces, here you have the head of the microscope where they're adjusted there. Then you have the frame, and so this is the arm, so there's the handle, that's where you would lift it up to carry it. Now let's move down to kind of the bones of the microscope, how it works. All right, this here is called the nose piece right here, and it holds the ones that we use. There are 4 objective lenses. So there's 4 lenses. So we have the smallest one, which is where you always start when you put a slide on. You always start with this. This is the scanning lens, and it magnifies 4 times what it is. And so when you're using the scanning lens, you have 4 times magnification from this lens, and then you have 10 times magnification from your ocular lens, so you have a total of 40 times magnification. So sometimes you can see what you're looking for just on scanning. If you need to go further than that, this is our first objective lens with further magnification. You can see here this says 10 times. So when you're on your 10 times objective lens, when you combine that with the ocular, you have a total of 100 times magnification. You can go even further to the 40 times objective lens, which gives you a total of 400 magnification. And we will not be using in this case, but there is also an oil immersion lens. We will not be looking at any slides under this type of magnification, but it's 100 times, so you get 1,000 times magnification for everything on that. Now, so make sure when you start this out, you should always be set on the scanning. Where we place the slide, that would be this part. This is called the mechanical stage. The mechanical stage. Now, we can move the stage up and down. I'm going to show you, look, there it goes up and down. You can't really see that moving very well, using the knob over here. So you can see there's 2 handles on here. So these are going to be our stage controls here. So the big one here, where when I'm moving it, you can actually see the stage move up and down. This is called the course adjustment. So that's what you do to bring it into view. So you're going to move your slide up or down. Normally when you load a slide, you want this to be as low as it'll go. So let's get it way down low. So you want it to be as low as it'll go, and then you bring the slide up until, so you're just twisting this course adjustment until you can see it in a pretty good view. After that, to bring it into focus, slide your fingers out. This is the fine adjustment. You cannot see the stage move at this point, but this is going to bring it into good focus. So course adjustment, fine adjustment. Now, within the stage here, you can see this metal piece, and this is where you would slide your slide in, and depending on what you're looking at on the slide, you have over here, these two things, these are your stage controls. And the top one, when I turn it, you can see it's moving the stage front to back. And when I twist this bottom one, that moves the slide from left to right. So this is where we're seeing things on the stage. Now, down here at the bottom, we have a light switch, which I don't have this plugged in, but it will turn the light on. And the light comes out here. This is the illuminator. And now under here, you can see sort of where the light goes up, there is a mechanism. What happens here when the light goes from here up to the slide, it gets condensed, so that's a condenser. It's kind of this here. And then you can adjust the brightness on the diagram. It says it's down here. Here's where we can adjust the brightness. You might see this referred to as a diaphragm or an iris diaphragm. Sometimes they say lever, things like that. And then finally, the bottom part of our microscope, this down here, this is the base. So when you're mounting a slide, you put the slide on, make sure that this is down as low as it'll go, you're on scanning, you turn the light on, then you bring it up into focus with your course adjustment over here, fine adjustment. And now anytime you would want to go with move your lens, you don't move, you go to higher magnification, don't move your course adjustment. Just twist your fine adjustment a little bit until it comes into focus. So once you get your course adjustment set, leave it. There is on these another set of adjustment, coarse and fine adjustment. So if you're right or left-handed, I tend to prefer the ones on the left-hand side because I'm left-handed. But that is how the microscope works, and a little bit of an intro.